Alright, shalawam. Alright, first off, I want to say all praises to Yahawashi, double honor to our apostles and elders of GMS, and to the elect doing the work in sincerity and the truth, shalawam. Alright, my name is Azar Khud, this GMS Precepts, and pretty much I'm going to go into, today being Christopher Columbus Day, or that damn demon, okay, which a man who is celebrated in this society when he's nothing but a damn demon, a devil, and he did nothing but atrocity to our people, man. Okay, nothing but atrocities to our people. All right, so I'm gonna just go into a book that I have about this damn devil. Okay, and the book is this. It's called Christopher Columbus. What is it? Christopher Columbus and the African Holocaust. Okay, which that word African, it shouldn't be African. It should be the Israelite Holocaust, which is one of our holocausts. We've got many situations throughout history that our people have been going through tribulation and atrocities. This is just one of them. Okay, so the one I'm gonna focus on today, as you can see this book, I suggest brothers pick this up. This is referring to this captivity or atrocities that our people went to is referring to the damn devil Christopher Columbus. Okay, which he shouldn't be celebrated. He's nothing but a devil. He did a lot of killing, okay, which was all in his spirit. He supposedly discovered a new world when that land was already occupied by people already. So how can he discover it? All right. So, but the reason why he's held in such high esteem in this society is because he's pretty much he pretty much kicked off the New World Order, man. Okay, that's why they say he discovered the New World. All right, when he didn't discover a new world, like I said, people were here already. Plus, it's documented that people were coming over here way before he even discovered it, man. Okay, and another clue, he knew what he was doing, and he knew where to go, and he went there, and where he went was specific. When he came over here, he brought a Hebrew interpreters, man. Why? Because he knew the Israelites were over here, going back to 2nd Ezra, I believe it's the 39th. No, it's not 2nd Ezra. Ecclesiastes, the 39th chapter. Is it the 39 or 13? Okay. In fact, let me just check it over here. Okay, in the book of 2nd Ezra, man. So he knew where he was going. But let me just go ahead with the book. But I had, like I said, I'm gonna go into a page on this book. But I have the PDF here. I have the PDF here, okay, because I want to go into the people that financed him. Okay. All right. I want to go into the people that financed this damn devil. All right. So I'm gonna go to page 79. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go to page 74 in this book. All right, and I'm gonna start right here and start reading, and I just want to bring out this little information on what this book entails, because it goes right into scripture and prophecy, right? So this is page 74. I'm gonna start from right here. It says, it was also the period when Spain regained her sovereignty. Okay, so you got to remember, around this time, this was the beginning of the Renaissance period, right? And the Renaissance period basically mean what? The rebirth. All right, the rebirth of the Edomite kingdom. Okay. All right. So it says here, it was the period when Spain regained her sovereignty and drove out her Arab and African colonial masters, collectively called Moors. All right. So we know the Moors. We know that word Moors means what? It basically means black. Okay. So this is a time when Spain was starting to kick out Jake, man, starting to kick out Israelites. And when it says Moors, that's just an Israelite that followed after the religion of Islam. Okay? It says the Spanish were looking for ethnic and religious purity, and therefore expelled. It says, and therefore expelled the Jews along with the Arabs and the Africans of Muslim faith. So it even says it right here. It says Jews. Okay, we know that's speaking about Israelites, man. Okay, but it continues. It said this was not only a turning point in the history of Europe, it was a major turning point in the history of the world. This period not only saw the rise of the Atlantic slave trade and the European colonization of most of the world, Europeans subsequently began to colonize information about history of the world. Okay, so this is where it gets good, man. Okay, so basically it said Europeans subsequently began to colonize information about history, so they started controlling history, man. There's a quote that says, "He who controls history, or he who wins the war, controls history, or can rewrite history." Okay. All right. So it continues. It says they colonized complementary images. They colonized complementary images and began to infer that whiteness was the image of goodness. Okay. So I know a lot of you know where I'm headed with this, man. I'll read it again. They colonized complementary images and began to infer that whiteness was the image of goodness. So they said throughout history, what did they start doing? They started to whitewash images, man. They started to say, all the prominent people in history, they were Edomites, pretty much. They weren't Jake, they weren't Israelites, they weren't dark men, they were Israelites, right? So it further now continues on. It says the most tragic aspect of their colonization of image was their colonization of the image of God. I'll read it what it says. Fuck it, I'm reading what it should be. It says, was their colonization of the image of the Most High and the characters of the Bible, or the characters in the Bible. Okay, so that's Job 9:24, man. All day. I'm gonna go to it. This Job 9:24. It's right here. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, so if Esau is not if Esau, okay, or the wicked, like this scripture is speaking about, if the wicked is not the so-called white man, who is it, man? Because no other nation whitewashed images like this. Okay, and it clearly says it in this book right here, which I have held up, which brothers should pick up. It's probably backwards, but it says Christopher Columbus and the African Holocaust. It's like $8-9 you can get on Amazon. Okay. All right. So let me get the next scripture. 1 Maccabees 3:48. It says, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. And that's clearly stated in this book right here, where it says, I'll read that part again. It says, this period not only saw the rise of the Atlantic slave trade and the European colonization of most of the world, Europeans subsequently began to colonize information about the history of the world. They colonized complementary images and began to infer that whiteness was the image of goodness. The most tragic aspect of the colonization of image, okay, because they not only changed the images of history, of people in history, prominent people in history, okay, they also changed the images of people in the Bible, like it's about to say. It says the most tragic aspect of their colonization of image was their colonization of the image of God and the characters in the Bible. Okay, all right. So I mean, that's more proof who we are, man. We are the Israelites, man. Okay, and the damn devil Esau is a so-called white man. All right, and at the time it was what, King Ferdinand. Let's see, Isabella. It says it right here. This is the period when some of the conflict between the various factions of the Catholic Church was settled by the marriage of Queen Elizabeth and Ferdinand of Spain. Okay, so these were the ones that financed the damn devil, who's a fake Jew, Christopher Cologne, or Cristobal Colon, or Christopher Columbus as he's known. Those are the damn devils that financed Christopher Columbus' voyage over here to the Americas, or the so-called New World, as they like to call it. All right, so that's pretty much it. I wanted to just bring that information out. Like I said, that's a good read. You got a few jewels in there, a lot of bones, but there's a lot of jewels in that book to pick up. All right, so that's pretty much it on this show. Until the next show, shalawam.